to the Compass for Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. I'm Andrew Host Settler.
And I'm Brody Cottengim. We're excited to bring you the latest news for the Center of Innovation for North Laurel and South Laurel High Schools around Laurel County.
Our top story is the war in Ukraine. Last week, Russian forces invaded Ukraine.
It's a very complex situation, so we wanted to take some time to explain what led up to the attack and why students should be aware of what's going on.
As many of you have heard, Russia has invaded Ukraine, performing regular shelling and sending troops into Ukrainian territory. But what occurred to cause this crisis? This all began in 1954, back during Soviet times, when Russia and Ukraine were one and the same. The Crimean Peninsula was part of the Russian portion of the Soviet Union. However, in 1954, after the death of Joseph Stalin, Crimea was ceded to the Ukrainian part of the Soviet Union as a sign of reconciliation for Stalin's reign of terror. All was well until 1991, when the Soviet Union collapsed. Crimea spoke mainly Russian and was inhabited by Russians, but was part of Ukraine. So in 2014, the Russians seized Crimea after several pro-Russian protests broke out across the peninsula's capital. Later within the same year, an independence movement broke out in eastern Ukraine in the provinces of Luhansk and Donetsk. Russia supported these rebels with guns and funding. After a ceasefire in 2018, there was an uneasy peace between the two until late 2021, when the Russians began stationing abnormal amounts of troops on the Ukrainian border. The Russians also began appearing in neighboring Belarus, a close Russian ally. On the 24th of February, the Russians declared special military action against Ukraine and crossed the border. The Russians quickly seized Chernobyl and began marching south towards Kiev, the Ukrainian capital. However, despite initial Russian success, the Ukrainians have been putting up fierce resistance against the Russians. There is also extreme opposition to the war within Russia, with many protests having broken out across the country. There is evidence pointing to logistical issues within the Russian military, and the numerous outside and inside pressures has influenced Putin to activate Russia's nuclear deterrence forces. And what will happen next is unknown.
History comes alive for one night here at the CFI on Thursday, March 3rd from 5 to 7 p.m. HOSTA will be hosting a fundraiser called Night at the Museum, which will showcase 70-plus historical figures from the medical field that are all open for donation.
So the Night at the Museum event is a HOSTA fundraiser where all the health science students are going to come out, and we're going to try to raise money to get us to state to compete. So we're going to dress up as historical characters, and as you walk by, we're going to kind of come to life and tell you the story of how our characters came to be, who they are, and how they helped medicine today.
South Laurel High School presents Into the Woods, directed by Jordan Yaden and Tori Sizemore, and written by Stephen Sondheim. The dark comedy follows classic fairy tale characters as they come together to tell one grand story. Shows will be on March 28th through April 2nd. All Laurel County elementary schools will be invited to go during the school day. Night shows go from March 31st to April 2nd and start at 7 p.m. Anyone is welcome. Tickets are now available for pre-order. For $5, see Mr. Yaden to order tickets and reserve seats, or you can email him at jordan.yaden.laurel.kyschools.us.
On Saturday, February the 12th, North Laurel senior Gabe Darkrai, also known as Gabe Dollarsign, performed during halftime of the North Laurel girls basketball game. He had a crowd full of his fans and closest friends there to support him.
I mean, I never did have a date for it, but I just wanted to do it before I graduate. Felt pretty awesome. It was awesome. I appreciate all of you that supported me throughout day one that I started and until now. I appreciate it all. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully it's going to be a good one, a good album, and releasing soon.
Be sure to listen to Gabe's new album, The Rise, when it is released. Hey South Laurel Cardinals, we have some important dates coming up about the yearbook.
Seniors, you need to make sure to send a baby picture to the email brit.lawson@laurel.kyschools.us to be in the yearbook. As well, you can vote for superlatives and enter your quotes in the links in the 2022 Google Classroom. If you want to buy an ad to be in the yearbook, you will need to go to balfour.com, search South Laurel High School, shop yearbooks products, and purchase the size you want. You can then log in, look under My Orders, design your ad, and then submit.
For the yearbooks, if you want the 2021 to 2022 yearbook, they're only $60. Although if you're a senior and you haven't gotten the past four, you can get all four of them in a bundle package that only costs $125. There will be your school spirit weeks, your clubs, your sports, snowball, prom, graduation. It should be filled with all sorts of memories that we captured. We're adding our first CFI page into the yearbook, and the seniors this year, since COVID hit them their sophomore year, they feel like they got cut. So it's going to be more along the lines of a storybook, and that's why the theme is long story short.
It's 2022, the last year of high school for you seniors at South Laurel, which is the perfect time to buy a yearbook. They're limited with only 250 copies remaining, so make sure to get a hold of one before graduating. These yearbooks will feel nostalgic once you get older, with all of the memories that they will contain.
Now it's time for our community calendar.
March 11th is the day of the Heritage Music Series, Cole Chaney and Lance Rogers. Cole and Lance will be performing at the Heritage Hills Theater at 7 p.m. Cole Chaney will sing songs about personal experiences, stories he's heard over the years, and fictional characters. Lance Rogers will make you hear traces of your own memories and life experiences in the unmistakable originality of a hard-working Kentuckian's unique perspective. Come down and jam with your friends and family.
Get your hiking boots on and come out to the Cumberland Falls Resort Park between the times of 6:30 and 10 p.m. You'll be able to enjoy the sight of a remarkable moonbow. The moonbow will be from March 16th to the 20th, so make sure to come and not to miss the beautiful attraction.
Rev up your engines for the Northern Rock Racing Series. From March 25th to the 26th, the National Rock Racing Association will be hosting another competition. The competition is a chance for drivers and the audience to express their passions and enjoy themselves. The competition will bring a variety of motorsports such as competitive rock crawling and off-road racing. Come to the Rock Racing Wildcat Off-Road Park and have some fun with your London family.
That's all the time we have for this episode. We will see you all in 2 weeks for our next episode.
We hope you will join us then. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the CFI YouTube channel to catch new episodes when they are released.
We will see you on the next episode of The Compass.